This is the cartoon conversation, the animation conversation, of course, over here on CartoonChat. We're doing a Toon Talk. I am one of your hosts, Bryan the Baltimorean. Find me here, find me at democracy.com. I'm joined alongside the man, the myth, the legend. Let's see what he's doing today. Oh my fucking...
Hey, not
What on God's good?
I can't think of anything.
They're just like, I'm gonna be a cow today. And, after a little bit of fixing of camera issues, let's get into it. Before we do, is there anything else you want to talk about? I do want to bring up a movie that I did watch, animation wise, before we get further into this stuff. We talked about stuff before. Obviously, I've been doing sort of back to back with Toon Talk.
Yeah.
You wanted to bring up as well, like.
I think I already brought up shit.
Because you brought up stuff yesterday. I just wanted to bring up, like, we did ParaNorman, obviously, on CartoonChat. I went and watched Frankenweenie, because, of course, it's on Disney+. And I forgot how, like, good that movie is. Like, I still think ParaNorman is, like, much better. And I don't want to reveal too much to you. Like you said, you're going to put that in your rotation around the Halloween holiday season, basically. But
and I'm going to try to, like, I know they're not the best, but I'm going to watch all Transylvania movies. I've only seen the first one. I got, like, 3 other ones.
That's not bad. I mean, I would say if you're going to watch all the Transylvanias, you might as well watch all the Despicable Me stuff, but... I mean, one of them's coming out this year.
Like, the thing about Transylvania is, like, the art style is very fun.
Yes.
Despicable Me, it's just there.
It's fine.
Are we gonna see that? Are we gonna review that 4th one?
Look, I have an attachment to the first one. I've watched it quite a few times. I just don't. I'm kind of.
Have you seen all of them?
I've not seen all of them. I didn't see.
Why not?
I didn't see.
They're great. I haven't seen them. I only seen fucking 2 movies too.
They're great. The first one's not. The first one I think is actually like pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good from a studio that did Hop before Despicable Me. Like that's a good second movie to do, you know. But I think anyway.
Hop was awesome.
Jesus fuck.
I've never seen Hop. I saw a review. It looks awful.
It's terrible. Yeah, but just don't even stop. Just stop.
Should that be the next? I mean, there's a cartoon in it. Should that be the next cartoon chat?
No, fuck you. No. We are no. So anyway, getting back on point. Track. Frankenweenie though, one thing that you can tell is like we talked about ParaNorman. We talked about like how Leica Studios like had to get off of the sort of strings of people that worked around Tim Burton and his team. You know, you can tell Tim Burton knows how to make a space. Like how dynamic he can make the spaces in stop motion. Like you can tell how much experience he has. Like this comes from a guy that has real experience in the space.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Leica, it's like they have experience, but they were finally like just getting themselves into it. So you get in ParaNorman, I mean in Frankenweenie, a true sense of like a cinema experience. I think a little higher tier than something like ParaNorman. I do think that the ending of ParaNorman infinitely better than Frankenweenie because it kind of goes the way that you expect with Frankenweenie, but with ParaNorman, you just don't know where that direction's going, and I love how it closes. Like it's still a very special movie. Both of them are great, and it'd be a toss-up for me if I was voting on the nominees, which is why it's incredible that Brave got to fucking win that year because both of those movies I think are better than Brave.
I mean, we're talking about fucking robbed of Oscars. We were at the 10th anniversary of the Lego movie this year.
That was 10 years ago, Jesus.
Yes, it was. And I looked up Lego movie. That movie was great. Did it win Oscars? And I'm like, I looked at the listing. It didn't get fucking nominated.
That wasn't.
Guess you know what won? Fucking Big Hero 6.
That was the year, I think, what was it, The Wind Rises, I think, also and stuff.
Like, Big Hero 6 is just okay. I didn't think it was like... I don't think it needed...
I love Big Hero 6. It's not the winner. It's not the winner that year. By the way, How to Train Your Dragon 2 came out that year. And that missed. That's what I remember that year, because it was like, dude, that...
How?
But Big Hero 6 got it. That was weird.
Big Hero 6 isn't that great!
yeah, I think if the last third was executed better, you'd have a really good movie on your hands, I think. But I think the way that they end that movie with the last third just becomes a standard, like...
Yeah, that's my major thing. The
climb is great.
The rest of the movie was very chill, and I liked it, and I mean, all of the little Baymax connection and stuff, but like, the ending, especially the twist, which wasn't really... It was only between two people, so it was like, oh, I kind of saw that coming.
Difficult choices.
Yeah, but like, like, it was just there.
Yeah. Well, like, so what do you think after seeing this so far, just this first episode? What do you think of the progression of the episode, everything about what you saw, and how they sort of lined up everything to become like this pilot of the new version of Fairly Odd Parents?
I enjoyed it. Pretty decently enjoyed it. It's not nearly as funny as the original one. Like, none of the jokes are really hit me, honestly. But some there was a couple of jokes ha ha ha. But it's more nice and wholesome. It's definitely more wholesome than the original show. Like, there's no evil babysitter, there's no evil teacher. The characters are they're not too nice, but they're not too mean either. They're decently likable from what it looks like. And I like the modern take, and so the biggest thing I like is we were talking about the lore and stuff. They showed that the world of Fairly Odd Parents had a natural progression. We're not in Dimsdale anymore. Dimsdale anymore.
It's Dimmodelphia.
Dimmodelphia. We're in Dimmodelphia. And this takes place in the future, as evident of the Doug Dimmadone's grandchild, being in school, and he's looking like he's going to be a rival character. And what I like is Cosmo Wanda they're retired, which makes sense. And when we get to them, when they talk about them near the ending, they make a joke where they were talking about how they were in Timmy's room for 20 years, but Wanda just says, no, 7 years. Oh, so they retconned all of that bullshit, even from the later seasons.
Are you sure that was a retcon?
Yes. Because they said 7 years.
Well, they said 7. I'm just confused. That's what I was confused about. Is it retcon from all of the... Because it's the series run, right?
Yeah.
Not all the live action, not all the...
No, even in the series. Remember Timmy's Secret Wish?
But I'm saying, is that... Are they saying that was she saying... I think I'm putting too much into this. But when they jump into... When Wanda says, oh, it was 7, is that because they were no longer, ever required to be goldfish after a certain point of the series? They stopped doing the goldfish thing? Mm. Because at a certain point, it's they're just kind of floating around.
They were still goldfish, even then.
Even later in...
They were still referenced their goldfish forms. And, even in the later shits, they were still goldfish.
So then how would... Wow, okay.
They just retconned that, Timmy, had him for longer than he was supposed to. And, they brought, no mention to Poof, no mention to the fucking dog. And, they even mentioned Timmy's name. They even mentioned Timmy by name. It's they just said, well, I like that. They said they had a godchild, and, I like the idea that, Timmy was, part of their job, they did their job, and now they're just done. It wasn't Timmy he grew up, he forgot about his Fairly Odd Parents, and there's a possibility that maybe they forgot about Timmy, but they still remember they had what they were doing for that godchild, and they had a godchild back then. And I like it's a progression, because they let go. They did what they were supposed to do, and then they let go. And I know you
Is it less that they let go, or more the fact that Timmy just grew up? I don't know.
That probably both.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, that's what I took out of it. Maybe they'll reference more later on.
I don't even need them to.
I don't need them to. I'm just saying maybe. I'm just saying I could be wrong. But from what it looks like, they it's done, and we even get a cameo from. I know you didn't like it, but
so that's not Timmy because his eyes are different.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently his eyes are green and Timmy's eyes are blue. I looked at the episode. This is the whole thing in the fucking Fairly Odd Parents wiki. They've done their research. They're like, yeah, that's not Timmy because his eyes are green. The old guy that looks like Timmy from that episode where he becomes older. That's not Timmy in the new.
That's just a sign though. What the fuck? And he has a T on this fucking thing. Yeah. That might have been an error. It's still in beta.
Yeah.
That might have been an error. I don't know, but but I like the idea. Like, okay.
I don't want that to be fucking him though. Fuck
Why
that.
not?
What do you mean? Fuck that. You bring back the main character and make him look like a piece of shit.
He doesn't. He's old.
Yes.
Old people can be big.
Do you want your main character that you've been watching? Again, this has always been the case for like whether it's Luke Skywalker or any character that I grew up on. It's like I don't want to see them later in the future in some shitty situation. You know what I don't?
He's not. Okay, let me explain.
He's a bus driver in a city of Philadelphia.
You fucking idiot! You did not watch it. Okay, let me stop you. Stop you. I'm telling you what happened.
Yes.
He is not a fucking bus driver.
Yes.
He's on the set. He even said it. I'm not a bus driver, and it's not a real bus. We're actually filming for the set of the Crimson Chin movie, and because that means Timmy Turner. He's growing up. He's fine. He got a job. He's doing a dream job where he's working for the Crimson Chin movie. And it's just to show you, Timmy grew up. He's fine. He's moved on.
Number one.
There's no need where he's had to pass off the torch.
Number one, I think that, and we both love the lore.
He doesn't have. Here's the thing. The fucking ending of Channel Chase can still be canon. This is just older than that. He's just older. Way older.
How much
that's his old. That's his old man design.
That sucks.
That's his old man design, not his adult design. He's a fucking bulky adult in the fucking Channel Chase.
I would much rather, if you're gonna bring Timmy Turner in, at least give me.
It was always canon that when he got old, because every time he turned old, he turned into that design. So that's what he looks like when he's old. That's just canon.
I don't Sure. Again, I just would prefer if that's if maybe we will see him in the future, maybe not. Why does it happen? You don't have to fucking do Timmy like that.
What do you mean? He's fine.
Anytime that I saw
he's working for the Crimson Chin. The fucking studio to make the fucking Crimson Chin movie.
He's probably making what? He's probably an extra making $2 an hour doing dog shit.
That's your fucking headcanon, you idiot. What I'm talking about from the episode. Yeah. He is older.
He's driving a bus. He's driving. I know. He's not driving a bus. He's acting. I know, but he's an
actor.
He's an extra. He's not the main character. He's an extra. Doing a fucking back and forth on a fucking movie set, which is great. Good for him.
No, there's no because he's happy. He doesn't seem like it's a shitty job for him. He's working in. I
didn't see a smile on his face. I think he's happy.
He did have a smile on his face. Yeah, he's like, this is not a bus. Well, I'm working for the Crimson. And he's pointing at the poster or anything. He didn't look miserable or anything.
I just wish it was you get badass Timmy Turner around. God, that sucks. This
is the future. I like the fact that this is the far future, and Timmy's just fucking old as shit.
Sure,
it's progression.
That's progression. That's like if Danny Fenton magically appeared in this show, it wouldn't happen. But if he magically appeared in this show, and he's 50 and he looks like dog shit, I don't want to see the first time I see fucking Danny Fenton come back. Him looking like dog shit. The same way that I didn't want to see Luke Skywalker look like dog shit and doing.
Well, because he has a terrible character and he was in a terrible situation. They fucked him. Timmy Turner. He's just he has his canonical old man design from the show.
Yes.
And he's just working a job from something he idolizes when he was a kid.
Sure.
And
that's good. But
he's just fine.
A nice head of hair.
It's not. He doesn't have the most amazing life ever, but it's just fun. It's realistic too. I love realism.
I know, but I'm just saying. Could you give him a nice head of hair? Could you let him be a little more fit? Could you not he didn't? He could be mid-aged, not fucking 50, looking like shit.
Well, this is the far future.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Fucking Doug Dimmadome has a goddamn grandchild.
Sure.
In school.
Sure, but fuck, man. That sucks ass. Look, I know I'm gonna get old, right? I know I'm getting old. I'm gonna lose this fucking hair. I'm gonna get a fucking pot belly, all that shit. I know that. I don't need the fucking revelation of Timmy Turner, someone I grew up with. like as a fucking animated character. Any of the animated characters I grew up with, I don't want to see Steven Universe look like his fucking dad the next time I fucking see him, like in
You
a
saw
fucking
it before the
Steven
original
Universe
show, though.
spinoff. I don't need to see that shit. I need to see him with like no fucking hair, barely like living, not able to do shit.
You see what Dexter looks like when he got old. That was fine. He's an old man, but he's just fine. He still has his laboratory and shit. He's not majorly successful. Because of the fucking ego trip shit. Never mind. He is successful only because of the ego trip shit of the problem he created. Different fucking example. Shit. I had one on top of my head.
Fair.
But
that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
We see characters who love get old, and they just have a normal old man life.
For instance, I like what Peach Creek does because it's more realistic, but it's not making them look like fucking garbage.
They're just teenagers though.
That's what I'm saying. That it's not like they're not 35 still in a shitty situation, or they don't look like shit.
Timmy isn't in a shitty situation.
He's not.
And he doesn't look like shit. That's his old man design. That's his canonical old man design from the original fucking show.
That is the original canonical thing. All I'm saying is, could we make
And it doesn't look like shit. I think he looks fine. He's just an old man.
Dude.
Huh?
Come on.
Go back to it. I'm gonna fucking pause it.
Jesus. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look like, come on, no.
Pause the fucking recording.
I thought you had it. You were sitting right fucking there.
Pause right here. There we go.
So you just pulled up a picture of it. No.
I'll send you a picture and put it in, so you can put it in post.
Yeah, that's not a man of he's doing great. He looks like he's about to die.
You're judging the fucking design. He looks fine.
Yeah, he looks fine, dude. Again, because
you can tell he's old. He's just a big old man.
The only thing I'll wrap my final thoughts on Timmy Turner, hypothetically Timmy Turner in this series like this. If I'm going to see the main characters that I grew up watching, the last thing I want to see them is oh man, they're balding and they don't it's dude, can they have the best life? Can they be in the best? And yes, situationally they're in the best life, but can they also look like they're living their best life? Can they also look like physically they're doing well?
We don't get that much from him. He's just a quick cameo.
Yeah, a quick cameo. He looks like he's about to die tomorrow. He looks terrible.
Because he's old!
Yeah!
He's old! This is the future!
Fuck. Hard pass.
You're gonna be old, you're gonna be fucking... you're gonna be terrible looking, you're gonna look like shit when you're older. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look like a hunk.
I literally said this. I said we're all gonna get old. But I'd like to see that he doesn't look like shit. Or at least just look a little degraded. That's not really, I'm a fan for that parent, so I don't know, I don't think we need to do that.
He has a T on there. It's kind of emphasized T. His eyes are kind of green. I guess it's...
They said, I'm sorry, I'm saying what they said, but that does look blue from here. To me, that looks blue. I don't know why they said.
It's between blue and green.
Yeah, I think they're
maybe they made an animation mistake. I think that's meant to be Tim. He also has a T.
He has a T, which really gives the impression there that it is him. Yeah. I'm going to say that is actually Timmy. Because that's a little too on the nose. But just to wrap up the stuff on Timmy, all I'm saying, yeah, it's no time is it cannot be confirmed. He's an actor who's acting to be a bus driver. Yeah, it's but again, there's no again, I just he doesn't even have a clean shave. He's got this fucking bumblefuck. Can we get this man looking great? Can this man look like a fucking Avenger at his old age? Can he be a good looking guy? I don't want him looking like shit. He is a favorite and stuff. That's if you see Jimmy Neutron and then in they do a thing where it's we time skipped 50 years and now he looks like a fucking turtle. He looks like fucking Mitch McConnell.
That's just what he looks like when he gets older. I'll be fine with that.
I'd fucking hate. I know. Fuck no. Dog shit.
As long as the character's happy, it's a happy ending for everybody.
Again, no, you're splitting the difference of it doesn't matter what he looks like, but it's art. So you have the choice to make him look good. This isn't real life. You have the choice to make
I
him
appreciate
look
he
good.
used a canonical old man design.
And I'm saying that you could have
This doesn't look bad. This looks fine. He doesn't look like shit. He just looks old.
I'm not saying
because like and it's also like he doesn't have to look like hunky. He doesn't look like a hunky old man either. Because like it's like I like the idea that like it's relatable that he grew up to have like he just let go. He just got fatter. Like he's like fat man. Like fat people can get fat over time and like
I don't want. I know, Mark. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't want Timmy. What I'm saying is I don't like I said before with fucking any of the main characters that I like as a preference, like as like Luke Skywalker or any like the character, like if I saw a fucking Max from a Goofy movie and it's like, oh, we're finally doing a cameo of Max like 30 years from now, and he looks 500 pounds and he's fucking slobbered over like, hey everybody, like, but that's life, right? That's how life works.
That wouldn't make sense for Max, but I think this would make sense.
Oh, it doesn't make sense for Max.
This would make sense for Timmy.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because Timmy doesn't make the best life decisions all the time either.
He was 10.
Huh. Still, even
Did you make the best life decisions when you were 10? I didn't.
Even like when he got older and stuff.
And Drake Bell's not real. Drake Bell's not real in this cameo in this timeline.
I mean, but you can assume like Timmy's personality. He's just like he would be the type of guy to just let go.
Like the battery did. Just like that's like again like.
I think he's the type of person to let go. Honestly, because Timmy turned off to like he wasn't that great. He's a psychopath of a character.
Like, okay, this is like if I don't know, Mandy from Billy and Mandy. It's like, yeah, you learn like in 30 years, like she I don't know.
They made a joke about that. It was like when they had the scare gauntlet, and like Mandy's nightmare was when she gotten fatter, and like she was like living with, or she was married to Erwin, and that was her nightmare. Like that I wouldn't see Mandy do, because she's like strong. She's like she's a strong, independent woman, and like the best future they had for her was in Underfist, where she's just out of circumstance. She was, for no reason, she was the president.
Yeah, but then, hypothetically, in this random future, 30 years from now, she's in a situation where it's like physically, you don't need to make a character. All I'm saying is you don't need to make a character like physically. You could make them look pretty good. You don't need to make them look like this.
Yeah, you're right. That's what they did with Timmy. I think he looks pretty good. I like this.
Pretty good?
Yes, I like this.
Not the art. I'm not saying the art design of the setting and the way that the modernized art, like Hartman design. I'm not talking about the art design. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like not the whole show, just Timmy. He looks like he needs some help. He looks like he needs some real fucking help. All right, he does. Like someone needs to get him on a fucking.
He's a big boy.
Like someone needs to get him on some fucking physical therapy, some fucking shit, like some.
He's a big boy. No, he's just a big boy. That's it.
Like Jesus Christ.
Big boys can be happy. They're successful big boys.
You are missing the fucking point.
You are missing the fucking point. There are successful big boys out there. Old big boy. He's an old big boy. That's it. That's all it is. He doesn't look like he's dying or anything.
Okay, Mark.
He's an old big boy, and we only see him for a fucking second.
This is not real life. What I'm saying.
I know. This is not real life, Bryan.
So okay. You remember when Boruto, like they showed all the characters that we grew up with Naruto and how they fucked up a lot of them, and it's like, why did you make them look like that? Remember that? You don't remember? Okay.
No, I haven't watched Naruto. I don't watch fucking Boruto. I have not watched Naruto.
I'm not saying that I watched it, but I'm saying
I've not watched it.
I'm saying that the art style, like not the art style, but the way they designed the characters that we grew up with and had them look as adults, it's like, why'd you even do that? Why did you didn't?
I don't remember the
right. But what I'm saying is
Naruto looks like.
Yes. What I'm saying is you don't have to do these.
No, because you kept saying, "Do you remember?" And I'm like, I just kept telling you I haven't seen.
I know. I heard that, and what I'm saying is that decision never needed to happen. The decision to make them look hideous, like, not hideous, but like, why is it that, like, you don't need to progress, like, we're at a point now where it's like, okay, it's art, dude. It's not real life. It's art. So you can make, the adult versions of our characters, you can make them look better. You can make them still look like they, like, have some fucking dignity and they fucking wash their face every day at least. You can make it look like they wash their face. Timmy looks like he didn't fucking do shit. You can clean shave Timmy. It's okay.
He has a Homer Simpson beard. It's fine.
You think Timmy Turner
it's
should have
just
a Homer
shaved.
Simpson
He's
beard?
old. He hasn't shaved yet.
Yeah. Timmy Turner should have a Homer Simpson beard, and that's cool. That's good.
No, he just. I don't say he should, but he just, if he has one, it's just fine. He doesn't look like a Homer Stewart or anything.
I'm gonna be honest. If Timmy Turner was my friend,
you're
hey,
talking about the way he was dressed. He's still an actor. That's probably he's just dressing for the fucking role.
Whether or not he is or not, just like in the original Back in the Past thing of Fairly Odd Parents when they had him as an adult, whether we're talking about when he was aged up to be an adult in the original series and he looked like that, or here, if I saw Timmy Turner look like that, I'd be like, hey bro, could is everything okay? Like, hey, and if he was I'd be like, hey buddy, like, could you gotta, just quick shave or something, like, is everything good? Like, come on. Care about you, man. Like, Jesus. You're Timmy fucking Turner. That's all.
I like this design. I think I do.
You like this design?
Yes.
What do you like?
Oh wait, no, the other one looks worse. Dude. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Focus. Look at this man. Look at this dude. No, he looks better than what he used to.
It's more the outfit that
I think they fixed that old design, honestly.
Well, everything is fixed. It looks, again, the updated Hartman design does look better on a lot of characters. The updated Hartman, they also gave him a severe hunchback. Jesus fuck. Jesus. So this is before that point in time, clearly. Is that what we're saying? Is that this is before that point in time?
Oh no, well it's not a point in time. It's just like he wished he was old, and I think he just like did this is old man design, but like it just got like realistically it got better. It got better from like whatever he looked like here.
I'm glad if there's one thing.
They didn't make him look like this. Now this is worrisome. He's fully clothed and everything.
I mean, he's like literally like 5 months away from that in the fucking reboot. Like, he's not far off from that. Like, it's not like it's like, hey buddy, you look like you're doing great still. Like,
I mean, this is future Timmy design.
Like, I'm not saying he needs to look like super like he's about to kill 12 people, but if he at least still had at least a little bit of that, like, just like, oh, okay. Like, give him a little bit of a muscle tone. Give him a little bit of, like, I've got this. I'm in control.
I mean, this is the end of Channel Chasers.
Yeah.
His design looks
yes. Fine. Look at that. A gentleman. Not a fucking...
And he got past that. He's
not a fucking slobbo.
His kids are doing fine. They probably...
We don't know that. We don't know that. His kids could have gotten hit by buses, which is why he drives buses, to never, ever...
He's not driving a bus! He's an actor! He's acting!
He's an actor driving a bus.
For the motherfucking buttbuster hit of the year, the Crimson Chin movie.
That probably was worse than the Marvels. Probably Madam Web.
It's probably the Deadpool and Wolverine. It's probably saving whatever universe they have.
Alright, let's get off this fucking topic. We've been spending too much time on...
Fuck you, Timmy Turner looks good! On to the review!
So,
But like, I like that the world itself is just like naturally progressed. Yeah, but I like the world itself naturally progressed. That's what I like about the show.
Well, yeah, no, that's great. I think that's like the most minimalistic part about it. It's like the amount of time that progressed, because it was fine to see the Dimmadome stuff, and it was fun to see Cosmo. Here's what I like. I love what they do with Cosmo and Wanda. Like, I think that's a good idea. I like that, like, they still haven't gotten the whole mannerisms of humans down enough. Like, through language, they can pass off as humans, but they're not, like, they still haven't got it fully down. Because they still travel through fairy world, and I'm sure that's most of their life is, we're still doing fairy world stuff for, like, 90% of it. And then 10% of it is, we're an apartment, and we live as humans when we need to.
New context to this universe, apparently fairies can just retire.
Yeah, like...
But they can keep their magic powers.
Which is, again...
Sounds disastrous.
Is this a rule problem that we're going to have in the future where it's like, it doesn't make sense?
No, they just don't need to address it again. If they don't address it, we don't ask too many questions.
No, but someone's going to have that in the wiki forever, and then it's going to be... They said this in episode 1.
Wikis will have every question.
Yes.
But, like, as long as the show itself doesn't act like it's important, then it's, then we can not acknowledge it too much. I will say, this series does... You said something earlier, before we got into the Super Timmy Turner conversation, about, like, Fairly Odd Parents... Damn it! I was trying to interrupt you, so like you said something earlier, and it just flashes back to like early in the podcast. My balls itch.
But we're like, for that, the original Fairly Odd Parents is very funny, and I was wondering in my head, like, I wonder if Fairly Odd Parents came out today, would I actually find it as funny as I do? I think a lot of it is tied to the nostalgia of watching a lot of those moments. And I don't know if necessarily it's as funny now as an adult if just like Fairly Odd Parents gives the sense of, obviously you lose the ability to remember Fairly Odd Parents at all. Like, I think that, like, I'm reanalyzing my perspective of it because here's a reboot and I'm sure I'm going to be watching this series a little bit, like, and I have to now use, like, I have to get out of the rose-colored glasses of, like, Fairly Odd Parents, like, now the world building's great, but, like, there's still a lot of situational humor there that's A1. But I wonder, I need to rewatch a bit and, like, see if I think, this still is as funny as I remember it being.
Yeah, here's something I was, like, about season 10 of Fairly Odd Parents. That's the reason I watched some of the episodes and I was interested. It's like, so they brought in a new character, Chloe.
Yes.
I was interested to see, like, if Chloe is a good character because there was some potential there that, like, Chloe could be a good, like, foil for Timmy or something like that, but they didn't do anything interesting with her, and for her origin story for, like, why she has fairies is, like, stupid. She's not miserable, because, like, the thing is she, like, has social problems, but, like, or the episode where, like, the earlier in that same episode where she debuts, they show that, like, everyone loves her. Crocker loves her more than Timmy.
Yeah. She's
doing great. She's fucking rich. It's just that one backstory where, like, she just took off the monsters, like, she helped a monster with, like, the foot. He had a nail under her foot, and then he just continued destroying the city. That's just it, but it was like, it seems everyone's past that. She's just, like, everyone loves her, and I'm like, I don't see the miserable part.
No.
It's just, and Timmy's the whole episode is like, well, she has everything, but at least she doesn't have Fairly Godparents. And, like, when she has Fairly Godparents, like, well, now she just has everything. It makes no sense.
So,
but, like, the thing is, like, I had, like, an idea, too, where it's, like, they probably should have just, like, let Timmy grow up, and then, like, Chloe could have been, like, the new... let me finish. Chloe could have been the new, like, godchild, and they fixed this character, make her a more interesting character, and make her backstory for why she meets fairies more interesting, too.
I would love that, but I think...
Not this Chloe currently. But, like, if they remake Chloe to make more interesting.
If Chloe... I think they just did too much damage. Like, you're digging a hole, you know what I mean, through season 10, and you're digging that, you're digging. And now it's like, if that were to happen, it's like Chloe would have had to have been someone in this reboot, but not in the original series. Like, that whole thing collapsed the idea of, like, what can we do with Chloe? Well, we kind of burned that bridge. Did this reanalyze your idea of Fairly Odd Parents as well? Because for me, not just about the comedy, but, like, the idea, it's like, Timmy, like, when I think about it now, and I looked and I was watching this, like, I immediately had the thought in my head, well, Timmy wasn't really, like, he wasn't in this shittiest situation. The shittiest thing was the babysitter, right? But it's like, he's not in the shittiest...
His parents ignore them a lot, too.
Yes, but he's not in the shittiest. He's in a middle-class family. That's, like, fairly well off. He has shelter. He has food. He can live. And it's not great, but, like, Chester doesn't have Fairly Odd. Like,
that's been an argument for years.
But, like, that's always... Exactly, right? So it's like... And we get to this series, and it's like, again, nice apartment in the middle of the city. We know as adults, like, you're an expensive place. your parents are adults, they're busy, sure, but like your brother couldn't. Your brother's just in college, like, and that's it. That's your conflict. What? What?
Yeah, that's not much.
There's
but
like,
I guess they're
what
like.
what about all the inner city kids in Philadelphia that are like in serious need of like some uplifting? Like, so Cosmo and Wanda went to the richest neighborhood in fucking Philly, and then like their neighbor casually has a kid. That's sad, but like you didn't live in the projects, Cosmo and Wanda, so because of that, you're not helping those.
We never have that. It's always been like a thing with like
weird.
Yeah, because they only announced the Chester shit for like one special, which is like Fairy Idol, where they gave like because he was with the genie. That was a oddly good special. Weird.
Absolutely.
For like an American Idol parody, I was like, American Idol parody stupid. No, that was a fun special. But like,
it was just all well written. A lot of those specials through the 2000s, when they got to the end of the 2000s, it got slippery.
Yeah, and I forgot how they ended it, but it's like Chester's still Chester, and his dad still has a shit over his head.
Yeah.
But that's always been a thing. I think they were like this reboot. I think they're just trying to be, in terms of the writing team, they're trying to be like a bit softer, and like I guess they just don't want to be too mean spirited. I mean, the original show wasn't that mean spirited. It was cynical. Yeah. But like it was just like I guess they're just trying to be less cynical. This does feel more wholesome than the original one, but like it's fine. It's just fine. It's not as good, not even close to as good as the original show in its heyday. But it's like it's just a wholesome show. It's like okay, it's fine.
Yeah, like you
hopefully like looking from the intro sequence,
which
and like
I gotta go get warmed up.
Things could get more like it seems like her wishes could get more crazy, causing more conflicts. I mean, it's fairly apparent, so it's like anything could happen.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
all the shit.
So I look forward to those episodes. I'm interested in seeing more of this.
Yeah, after all the shit Timmy did, absolutely. I just think, like you said, like it's one of those things where, by comparison, or not what you said, but like when I think about like the struggle of even like I said, like I don't want to downplay. Timmy did have some shit moments. Like I remember as a kid feeling like so like how shit of a situation it would be like when Timmy's just trying to like get something from the kitchen and like Vicky just is just a fucking asshole, and it's like he's just trying to like go through and do something minimal, and like she just
it's funny, like people look back on that, and well, I mean, even I'm looking back like that. It's like this is sort of fetishy because this is like an adult woman fucking stomping on a kid's balls. Are you trying to tell us something, Butch Hartman?
I don't know if that's a fetish. I think if it was a man Timmy Turner.
I mean, people are into that shit. She's an older, taller woman, and she's just like
she's still
fucking.
A teenager.
Huh?
She's still a teenager.
Even like that, like privacy. They're into that.
They're reaching.
They're into that, but like it's like she's like torturing a boy, but like people are into torture.
All I'm saying is, Mark, all you could have said was there's a little bit of torture porn in there.
Yeah.
Instead, you went into.
I mean, by the opposite gender.
I know, but instead, Mark, you went into boy gets his balls stepped on.
That was a joke. That's a joke because
maybe that's how
that's the anime thing.
Maybe that's how Timmy maybe that's how Timmy got to look like that. Maybe that's how.
I forgot I was still on screen.
He got too much of that torture, and now he's like that. Look, now he looks like that. Yeah, like But
it's canon.
But that thing, like all that stress of like Crocker being an asshole to him, and like the bully, like just constantly fucking with him at school, and the fact that like the girl that's like his crush, it's like you're never gonna get there, or in his head you're never gonna get there, and then he has to go home, and his parents are like doing some vacation elsewhere without him, and they don't care about him, right? And like. I know I said, like, he had shelter and shit. Like, I don't want to downplay that. It was shitty, right? It was actually very terrible in a lot of moments where that's going to make you very depressed as a kid. And, like, so he did need those fairies. He did deserve those fairies. By comparison, this is, like... I think this will lead to a lot of, like... You'll see a lot of, I think, adults that grew up with fairly odd parents that will say... Man, it's not like what Timmy had to deal with, because it's not like what Timmy had to deal with.
To be fair... Cosmo and Wanda were not assigned to her. They were just like
they were just there.
They were just there, and they were concerned. But like, and the reason they granted a wish is because she is the intensity of the one wish she asked for like made them turn back into Fairly Odd Parents, and it's like, yeah, and they just like they enjoy what they do. So it's like, fuck it, let's get out of their time and let's just do what we used to do again.
Glad Kanye West wasn't near them, because he really wishes for shit that's not good, and he has a lot of energy in those wishes.
I mean, he's not a kid though.
He's not a kid, but I'm just saying, like,
he acts like one.
if that's the barrier, then anyone could walk by.
He acts like one, so maybe
he does. But like, if that's the barrier to entry, then anyone could walk by, be really aggressively interested in a wish, and then that would turn them back into a fucking fairy. And I don't, again, like, these are a new team. This is a new team. I trust them. Craig the Creep, you gotta trust that. But.
A fucking quiet kid walks by. I wish everyone in the school would fucking get hit by a gun.
Oh God!
We have to give them weapons, Cosmo.
but no. I do like a little.
Shit, quiet kids are misled. This world is dangerous.
And again, I think, like,
you can't kill anybody.
Like, we'll see how the school thing progresses. They don't. Again, the only conflict that she has is that there's that Dimmadome is just a fucking arrogant asshole. That's a conflict, kind of, but like, it's very soft. But again, we'll see.
We'll see some.
But again, like, in the other direction, like, you had Bunsen as a Beast, where you had that dumb bitch that kept fucking with them.
I hate to look at that show. I hate to look at that fucking character.
But that's like,
she was annoying too. She talked like this, and that's I'm sure your antagonist, and like, that's annoying. No,
like,
that show was just It was not fun. It was like not fun to look at. It was not funny.
No.
There was conflict. The show wasn't wholesome either. It wasn't very wholesome.
No.
It just like wasn't. It wasn't a good show. It was a bad show.
Yes, but that's what but in terms of the conflict of, like, oh, what are you dealing with on a day to day? It's like,
I fucking hate
like that on the other side.
I hate his voice. It's me, Bunsen. That's exactly what he sounds like. I need cupcakes, and Cupcake shoots out of his head, and it's so fucking gross.
Yes. And then he just bothers what's his name whenever. Look, like I said before, he's basically, Bunsen is literally the rejected boob alien from home. You look at his design, you look at the way he acts.
That filled me with so much, because I hate both.
Yes.
There's a light sound says,
but he's worse. He's far worse.
Filled me with so much hatred.
Yes.
I don't think I would crossover. The fucking home Bunsen and Beats Goes Home, the movie from DreamWorks Animation. From Illumination, because they own DreamWorks properties.
Yeah, but again, parents don't pay attention to her. I like the idea of what they do with the father. The father's like very he's very much Danny Fenton's dad, and like, that's it. But it was cool in Danny Phantom, and I can accept it here. I think they're gonna do the same thing that they do with Danny Phantom, which they're gonna have him be a tech guy that ends up like, magic. I'm gonna follow this around in suspicion, and so you're getting a little bit of Crocker without going crazy. As well. So that's fine. I like that that's at least there. I will say that the dialogue, and now Timmy had this issue too, where he would be, like, the dialogue is like, at times, he's stressed, so it's like mile-a-minute dialogue. But here it's like the dialogue desperately kept, like, it was like going, like, from her main character, where it's like, it reminded me of, like, Mighty B, where, like, it's like, I need you to, like, little chill, little, like, but that's kids. You can't
I
say
like that show.
I know, I like that. No, I'm saying I liked Mighty B as well, but one of the things where I would skip it at times is, like, sometimes I like Mighty B, and then other times it'd be like she'd be going on a fucking mile-a-minute thing, like, to her mom or to, like,
I think that was like the point, because she was meant to be annoying, and and I would have to treat her like she's annoying, and that's the joke, and it was a funny joke too.
Yes, but that's why, like, here, when I hear, like, this is just like that, and, like, this is gonna be the main character here for this show, and it's like, you know what she needs? She needs Leo to get, like, tell her, like,
I don't feel like she talks too much. The only time I felt like she talked too much is when she's talking to the rocks, which probably is going to stop after she just, like, because she has Cosmo and Wanda.
There are a few moments now that there's Cosmo and Wanda that'll stop, but, like, in the beginning, without the rocks, with the rocks, just to herself, and we all do that to ourselves, like, talking about it, but, like. But that, I was just, but if that continues, what I think she needs is, like, Leo from Netflix to sit down with her and be like, hey, you gotta, like, adjust.
I didn't hear you correctly at first. Before you said Netflix, I heard you say Lilo. I thought I heard you say.
We're not going back to Lilo and Stitch. We did that yesterday. No.
We did it yesterday?
We did. We talked about Lilo and Stitch yesterday. We talked about a lot of stuff yesterday. 2024, Lilo and Stitch.
But no. I told you about the birds and the bees, and he was like, that's what sex is?
I've been doing this song this whole time. The only thing I have left to talk about is, like, I do love the fact that there still is, again, we talked about this, the Fairy World thing. Fairy World's there.
Dairy World?
I looked it up. They do have a voice actor for Jorgen von Strangle. He is there. He is obviously back. So
Scary World?
So
no,
the fact that
no, Fairy World, Scary World. You don't look so scary. Oh yeah, there's a picture of grandmother's feet. Ah! It burns.
A1 steak sauce. Yeah. But again, like I do think that this is a good like starting point. I'm surprised that this isn't Paramount Plus.
They're losing the streaming wars. They're just like, fuck, we need money.
I don't know if there's no, because they're getting pretty good.
I
don't think.
Well, I assume everybody.
I know Paramount is losing money, but streaming wise, I don't know if they're losing money. Like they're spending a lot of money on
Okay, I take that back. I just assume everybody was losing the streaming wars on Netflix.
I'm just saying, usually when you're advertising as much as Paramount is, you're usually still doing pretty well in that specific area. Usually, it's like, all right, can we keep the momentum going?
I'm not seeing any more advertisements from Max at all.
Well, that's so that Max can go fuck itself. So, you know, they have Studio Ghibli. That's the only thing that makes them good.
They still.
I think so.
That's probably gonna be a tax write-off.
Could you imagine they write off like they
all Studio Ghibli?
They would
all deleted.
They would be fine. You know how much they
fucking stab Hayao Miyazaki and throw him in the tax dungeon.
You know how many fucking weeps would burn down Warner Brothers like tomorrow?
I would love it.
That'd be so good.
I want them to, just so they can like feel the wrath of all of Japan and
America.
MCU. Yes.
Yeah, guys. I think we've talked enough about all of
the theme song. You got some shit to say. The theme song.
This is bad. Like I know they're working on it, and I might get warmed up.
I think it's done. I thought it's just fine. It's short. It's just it's a shorter, weirder remix of the original, and I'm not too big on the original theme song either. It's fine. I like it.
It's so catchy and like.
It's catchy. It's good when it's like fucking somebody fucking did a mashup of that song, and You Had a Friend Like Me, and it's like fucking the most bombastic shit ever. But like I think the intro is just fine. I like it. It's still catchy. I'll pause it. We'll listen to it again.
Me too.
It's fine. I love the animation is very dynamic.
Of course, yeah. I never said the animation sucks. Like I love the entire run. Like I said, I love all the Butchman, like the modernized Butch Hartman art design. I love the fluidity and everything about the animation here. I think that part's beautiful. I'm old. And like, I know, here's the thing, like, you like the new DuckTales thing, right? Like, so like, and I like, for instance, the new Powerpuff Girls theme, right? Like, I think that they both do a good job.
I like the new Powerpuff Girls theme too.
I like that they both evolve on the originals. I think that this one's doing too much. I think that this one is like, they're trying, but it's like, you might as well have not even... I'm
not getting. So what? Is it the singer? Is it the voice of the singer? Like
the melody is the same ish. I just think that
but it's shorter.
So
it's fine.
It doesn't.
I think
to you. You keep saying it's fine. To you. I'm
saying objectively, you're wrong.
But all I'm saying is like when this pops on, when again, this is why nostalgia. Sometimes that just has a bigger hold. When I hear the old Powerpuff Girls theme and the new Powerpuff Girls theme, both of them, I'm like, oh man, I'm getting into it. Here, it's like the old Fairly Odd Parents theme. Oh man, like I'm getting into it. I love it. I can instantly like boom. It's like here it's like they're trying and there's like the singer's trying to go with a fucking melody because you got to go with a little bit of soul and style because you're in a city and now because you're in a city they're going with it. You don't act like you're shocked. There's a little bit of soul and style because you're in the city. So that's what they did here. Don't act. Come on.
It's more of the same. It's like very similar to the original one, but just a little bit shorter and a little bit more faster paced.
What?
And like it's just like the
No, of course it's similar.
and like
it's the same. Yeah,
and it's
the
just
same
one
melody.
singer instead of like from like it sounded like there was a couple singers in the original.
Yes.
So like it's fine.
Yeah. Again,
like it.
it's a mod. Okay.
I think it's catchy. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you asked what's different. You like it. Of course you like. That's what I'm saying. You like it. I'm explaining why I don't like it, and you're
I'm
like.
explaining why you're wrong for not liking it. You need, I'm trying to change your opinion so you can be correct.
And I'm just
so
saying,
you can be fitting with the world. But you're an outcast because you don't think like everyone else because you're wrong all the time. And I'm trying to help you, but you're not taking any of my help. You're not accepting it. This is your therapy. I didn't agree to join a podcast with you because I like talking to you. I was doing this a therapy session.
we've been off air for 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Look. You know. Just nostalgia for the old one. That's all. This one just doesn't hit for me.
If you listen to the mashup with You Had a Friend, if you never had a friend,
I've heard it before. It's fantastic.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
It's so beautiful. You know.
Have you heard the one for Fairly Otter?
Like the intro to Fairly Otter.
The fucking live action.
No, I'm good.
We got pause it. We got put it.
So we just watched just to remind, we watched the Fairly Otter, and we watched A New Wish. Both of those intro themes, right?
Okay, so that was Fairly Otter was trying to do the big band thing.
So yes, that's the thing. That's what I was getting to. Is like, I think the thing with me is, like, I have so much nostalgic connection to the original, and I don't know what it is because I watched it I watched Fairly Odd Parents much more than Powerpuff Girls. I watched it much more than a lot of other series, so maybe that's why I have more connection to that theme song than anything else. But whether it's Fairly Odder, which is trying to stay in the same lane and just does not work for me, or it's a New Wish, which goes in a little bit of a different direction, a modernized direction that I think I don't like either. I just like the old one. That's it. I'm just clinging to the old one with nostalgia, and unlike other shows where I can, like I said, Powerpuff Girls, this one I just don't feel, and that's fine. I think we some of them are gonna work, others don't, and you know, like, it's fine. Like eventually, maybe a year from now, like if I watch the show, it's like, I might just end up fucking liking the shit. I don't know, but like.
All right, so we'll be back in about a year, folks. So ScreenBlast
Brian's opinion will be my opinion.
We're the ScreenBlast has been fucking delayed for retooling.
For retooling.
All right.
For fixing opinions, guys. This has been this has been ToonTalk. Of course, you can find us over at ScreenBlastPodcast.com. You can find us on your favorite podcast service and YouTube, guys. I was joined with the man, the myth, the legend. Where can they find you, Mark?
K9 Business. That's K9BIS.
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 K9Biscuit.com.
K9BISKUTS.com.
Don't forget the Booskit. And of course, you can find me at Bryan the Baltimorean on Instagram. Find me on @Democracy on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.
Log out, everybody. Woo!